Hi traders, it's Roberto. It's October 25th, Thursday. Two things. I wanted to go over the UK GDP numbers that came out at 4:30 a.m. Eastern, and also the US GDP numbers that are coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So the numbers that came out of the UK hit our trigger. It was either going to be 0.9% or better or 0.3% or worse. Any other number that would not have been a trade. And it was better than expected. It came out at 1.0%. So let me just show you how I trade the news. This was the initial spike right there, this green candle. And what I do is draw a fib from the bottom to the top, and I enter on a retracement. It came down to 61%, exactly to the pip. That was my entry. My stop loss is 10 pips below the initial spike, which was this candle here. And as far as target, if the numbers are extreme, if it's a surprise, I'm not normally staying in the trade for the rest of the day. And let me just pull this back and notice that the market just kept going up, went all the way about 80 pips. I was able to capture about 71 pips out of this trade. So again, let me just go over the trade setup. You'll know how to trade a news event when the numbers come out as expected. Doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, well, maybe not most of the time, but a lot of the times we don't get a deviation, and today we did. We got, when the numbers are extremely positive or negative, you're going to make money on a news event. You just have to know how to enter, and it was just very simple. You just wait for the 5-minute candle to close, then you draw a fib from the bottom to the top, and you enter at a 61% retracement level, and your stop loss is below the 5-minute candle. That's it on that trade. Let's go to the news event. Is US advanced GDP. Now it comes out at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, and the deviation is 0.2%, which means that if we get 2.0%, we're going to be selling the Euro USD because that's US positive. And if we get 1.6% or less, we're going to be buying the Euro USD. Again, we're going to sell the Euro USD if we get 2.0 or better, and then we're going to buy the Euro USD if it's 1.6 or less. And the trade plan is very simple. You just wait for the initial spike and then wait for a retracement before you enter the trade. Now the two default pairs are the USD Japan or Euro USD. So you can trade both of these or just one of these, it doesn't matter. Just use the retracement method. It's a high impact release, and the markets are very volatile during that time, so you have to wait for that first initial spike and then wait till the market settles down, comes back to a retracement level, like we saw here on this trade setup. Enter a trade, you stop loss below the initial spike, or if the numbers are bad and it spikes down, then of course you put your stop loss above the initial spike candle, that 5-minute candle. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that there is a possibility of opening a live trading room, and so I'll be sending out an email to everyone and asking for just some feedback. If you're interested, if you're not interested, the more numbers that we get, then we're probably going to open up a trade room, and it'll be very exciting because you'll see there'll be two traders. You see how we trade the news, and it would be just on those news events, high impact news event days. So we're talking about the cost is be very little cost for this. For members, hardly anything, and then for non-members, probably about $150 a month for the service. There's usually about 10 or 20 news events that come out every month, so it can be very great service to have. Okay, so this is a trade setup. We're looking at the pound US dollar. If price comes back down to these levels, now this is pre-news release. At 8:30 I won't be in a trade. I'm waiting for the news to come out. But if price comes back down to 160.50, 160.30 area, that's a 50% retracement level. For some crazy reason, the pound dollar loves the 50% retracement level, always comes back down, or 50%. Don't ask me why. I've seen it 1,000 times over the years. It always does. I never bothered to ask anyone about it, but anyway, that's a trade setup. We're going to be buying the pound dollar at around these levels with a target of 160.40, 160.70. That's it, guys. Have a good trading week. Well, what's left of it. Tomorrow's Friday. It's usually profit-taking day, so if the markets have been going up, there's usually a substantial retracement, and that's what I'm looking at, the pound dollar. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. And the market has been going up for the past few days, so should expect a retracement on the pound dollar, especially when it's hitting these resistance levels up at 160.40, 160.72. So this is a great place to enter because it's a previous resistance right here, turn support, and it also happens to be a 38% retracement level, but it may just come down to 50%. Either area is a great place for buying opportunity. Have a great trading day, week, what's left of it, and talk to you guys tomorrow.